Good morning, students. Today I am going to start a new chapter, chapter number 7. The name of chapter is Cashbook and its types. So, this is the first lecture, and in examination, this chapter can be asked for 5 to 6 marks. Now, we are start with its basic points. First of all, we are identifying every transactions which it may be a cash transaction or which it may be a credit transaction. Cash transaction or it may be credit transaction. For credit transaction, we have already dealt with subsidiary books. We have already dealt with subsidiary books in earlier chapter. Now, for cash transaction, we prepare cash book. Once again, transactions are identifying it is either cash or credit. For credit transaction, we have to prepare a subsidiary books, and for cash transaction, we have to prepare cash book. Okay. So now in cash book, in cash book, every cash transactions are recorded. It record only and only cash transaction. It ignores credit transaction. Means, first of all, we have to identify whether it is a cash transaction or credit transaction. If it is a credit transaction, we ignore this. But if it is a cash transaction, we have to record each and every cash transaction, irrespective whether it is of goods or whether it is of any expense or any income or assets. Okay, so now we are going with basic meaning. In cash book chapter, page number 157, meaning of cash book is given. It means a subsidiary book is prepared to keep record of cash transaction is called cash book. Means a subsidiary book is prepared to keep records of cash transaction. Is called cash book. Here we have to record only and only cash transaction. It is a small part of subsidiary book in which all cash transactions are recorded, and it is called cash book. Okay, so once again, in this chapter we have to record only and only cash transaction. We ignore credit transaction, and here it can be asked in the exam for 5 to 6 marks, a long sum for 5 to 6 marks. Okay, next. So now here the question is types of cash book. How many types of cash books are there? Basically, there are three types for maintaining cash book. Number one, simple cash book. Simple cash book means only single columnar cash book. This type of cash book, it may include a cash or it may cover bank. Here the word is or means either cash or bank that we have to maintain. Second point, two columnar cash book. In two columnar cash book, here it may include a cash and bank column. It may include cash and discount column, and it may cover bank and discount column. Okay, so in simple cash book, it includes only a single column, either cash or bank. But in two columnar cash book, it includes cash bank, cash discount, or bank and discount. Last one. And in third point, three columnar cash book. In three columnar cash book, it includes all these: cash, bank, and discount column. It includes cash column, bank column, and discount column. Means all columns are covered over here. For examination purpose, two columnar and three columnar are important. They can ask for two columnar and three columnar cash book, but we are starting from very basic, so we are start with a simple cash book. It includes a cash or bank column. So now we are going with the specimen of cash book. Okay, so I am erasing now, and then after we have to prepare a specimen for cash book. Specimen for cash book. First column is for date. Here we have to write down different dates on which transactions are incurred. Second one is for income. Then after, third one is receipt number. Fourth one is LF. Fifth one for amount. Again, date. Here, payment. Voucher number. LF. And last one, amount. Here, debit entry and credit entry. date, receipt, or we can call it as a particular, or income, then receipt number, ledger folio number, amount in rupees, again date, payment, voucher number, LF, and amount in rupees. So here there is a only simple step for maintaining a cash book. Here all transactions involving receipts and payments are maintained here. In debit side, we record all types of income. First of all, we have to write down to balance brought down means opening balance. In credit side, we have to write down by balance carried down closing balance. Then after every type of income by any economic transactions, if any income generated, then we have to write over here. Like if we sell the goods, here we have to write down to sales account. If we sell assets, we have to write down to assets account. If we receive money from any person, we have to write down to name of person. If we bring capital into the business, we have to write down to capital account. If any income generated, we have to write down to income account. These are the basic way to get income, and all incomes are recorded over here. Here, opening balance of cash, then after sales, sale of goods, sale of assets. From any debtor, we received money, name of person, capital, any amount bring into the business, or any way by which we generate our income. In payment side, we have to write down all the opposite value. Here, if there is a sale, opposite side, we have to write down purchase. Here, if sale of asset, purchase of asset. Here, the name of debtor are recorded from which the money is received. Here, name of creditors to whom we have to pay a cash. Here, we have to record capital. Any amount bring into the business, we called it capital. Opposite side, we have to write down drawings. Here, all types of income recorded, all types of expense recorded. At last, we have to do a total of debit and credit. Here, if we are preparing cash book, then always there is a debit entry are more. Debit total of debit is more than total of credit, and difference arise over here. So this sum is finally over. It is very easy chapter compared to all previous chapters. Okay. So for better understanding, we are now going to deal with one practical illustrations. I am erasing now and doing one practical sum into this format. I am not erasing any opening and closing balance because in every sum there is opening and closing balance. Okay. So now we are going with illustration number 1. In illustration number 1, they have asked to prepare simple cash book from the following transactions of Rajesh Bhai for February 2015. So we have to write down heading. We have to write down simple cash book of the name of person is Rajesh Bhai for specific period that is given in the question for February 2015. Okay, we are starting a sum 2015 February 1, 2015 February 1. We have to write down first of all year, then after month, then after date. Same way, year, month, then after date on which transaction is incurred. Okay, so now on date 1, cash on hand. It means opening balance 5,000 is given. On date 1, two balance brought down 5,000. On third date, goods of 3,000 sold to Geeta for cash. We sold the goods to Geeta. If we sold the goods to Geeta, then here it is a cash transaction. Cash word is used in the transaction. So if we sold the goods, it is our receipt. So debit side, we have to write down to sales account. Amount is 3,000. Date is 3. Next, goods of 2,000 purchased from Amit for cash. Here we have purchased goods from Amit. We have purchased goods from Amit. So if we purchase the goods by cash, so it is our payment because to purchase any goods we have to pay. So it is recorded on payment side. Date is 5 and by purchase amount is 2,000. Next 7, cash of 5,000 brought into the business as more funds are required in the business. Here cash brought into the business, anything brought into the business, we called it a capital. To capital, here cash bring into the business, so it becomes our income. We recorded in receipt side and amount is 5,000. Date is 7th. Ninth, insurance premium 800 paid. Insurance premium paid. Paid means it is our expense. Payment, cash goes out. We have to record it on credit side by insurance premium date is 9, amount is 800. Next one, point number 10, furniture of 4,000 purchased from Ganesh Furniture Mart for cash. Again, we have purchased the furniture. On purchase of furniture, cash goes out. We have to write down on credit side, buy furniture. Amount is 4,000 and date is 10. Then after, rupees 1,500 received towards commission. Here commission is our income. So we have to write down on income side to commission. Amount is 1,500, date is 12. On the same date, 1,200 paid towards brokerage. Here we have paid for brokerage. It is recorded on payment side by brokerage. Amount 1,200, date is 12. 14, rupees 3,000 received from Mahesh towards receivable. Receivable means debtors. Income received from debtors. It is our receipt recorded on debit side to Mahesh account. Amount is 3,000 and date is 14. Salary 1,000 and freight 200 paid. Salary and freight we have paid on payment side by salary, by freight. For salary amount is 1,000, for freight amount is 200 and date is 16th. Okay, so next one, 18, rupees 3,000 paid to Prakruti toward an old account. We have paid to Prakruti. On credit side we have to write down by Prakruti account. Amount is 3,000, date is 18th. 20, machinery purchase. If we purchase the machinery, then payment is going out by machinery. Date is 20 and amount is 2,000. Next, 23, as more funds are required in the business, 10,000 borrowed as a loan bearing 10% rate of interest from Ramesh Bhai. We have borrowed money from Ramesh Bhai as a loan. So, though there is a loan, but by obtaining a loan, our cash balance will increase. So, we have to write down on debit side to Ramesh Bhai's loan. Here, the date is 23 and amount is 10,000. Though there is a percentage given, but percentage is not important for us because right now today if I have obtained a loan, then it is only and only our receipt. 10% is a rate of interest. It is necessary when we have to pay interest, but here they have not asked to payment of interest, so we ignore such rate of interest. Okay, next one, 26, cash purchase. By purchasing goods, cash is going out, buy purchase, amount is 7,000, and last one 3,000 deposited into Prime Cooperative Bank. Here we have deposited the amount into the bank. So on 28th, here yes, here we have deposited amount into the bank. So it is not a receipt, but if we have deposited amount into the bank, our cash balance is reducing. So on credit side, we have to write down by bank. Amount is 3,000. Though there is a our personal account, but cash decreasing and such cash is going into our account. But we have prepared a cash book, so here the cash balance is decreasing. Now we are doing a simple total of all these entries. First of all, we have to do a total on debit side. Debit side total is 10,000 plus 3,000 plus 1,500, 5,000, 3,000 and 5,000. Total is 27,500. This total that we have to write down on credit side, 27,500. Now from this total 27,500, we have to deduct each and every entry. So here the difference comes to 3,300. Here there is no space, as you can see. So I have write down the amount in inner column, but you have to write down in outer column. Out of 27,500, we have deduct all these entries and our difference is 3,300. Here we have to write down by balance carried down. By balance carried down. And here the date is the last date of the month. In February, there are only 28 days. So we have to write down here 28. If there is a March, we have to write down 31, April 30. So similar way, you have to check month, and the last day of the month is our closing date on which we have a closing balance 3,300 in our hand. Second thing, in simple cash book, there is always debit side total is more than credit side total, because bank balance may be negative but cash balance cannot be negative. Okay, so here we have completed a simple cash book of Rajesh Bhai, and it is a very simple sum, as you have seen all the full sum. Now if you have any doubts, please contact me. Our today's session is ending now, so if you have any doubts, then please contact, and our session is end. Thank you.